Hey guys, it's DeGranny and I'm back, and today I will be doing a deck building video. This will be of my Rayeel deck, and it's not going to be online. Online I have my deck fully built how I kind of want to build it, so I'm just kind of basing my knowledge off that, and I'm going to show you the processes I go through when deciding to build a deck and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start with the earliest sets, mainly because like within the earlier sets, there are some main Pokemon I need that kind of play into big roles of this deck. So since it is a Rayeel deck, and by Eel I mean electric, I'm going to need some electrics. Now for this deck, I like to run 4 electrics. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take out 4 electrics from my collection. So I got the 4 electrics, and I'm going to put them aside. Now the reason you need 4 electrics is because Rayquaza to one-shot almost anything, you need 3 lightning or 3 fire energies on it. Now because it's more of a lightning based deck, I'm going to need 3 lightning. Therefore I almost need 3 electrics on the bench at one time. So therefore running 4 is better, because if you only run 3, then if one of them gets knocked out, you only have 2 unless you super rod it back or recycle or whatever. But yeah, I find running 4 is much better. Next, I've been playing around with them, and I really like the Thunder Wave Dynamo. Now I only have 3 in my collection right now, so I'm going to put 3 Thunderwave Dynamos down first, and I'm going to get a different Dynamo here in a minute, just as a filler card. But yeah, I like the Thunderwave Dynamos. They are really good for the beginning stages of the game, as you can hit your opponent for Thunderwave and paralyze them, and then they can't attack you the next turn, and you can kind of stall at the beginning of the game. Now, because I'm running a Thunderwave Dynamo, I am going to need a special card for this. And by that, I mean, I'm going to have to take them out, I believe. I don't know how many I have. Okay, I only have 2. I'm going to need the, Victini Victory Star. Now, the Victini Victory Star allows me to reflip. I like to call it Fliptini. It allows me to reflip for any effects by attack. So that means Thunder Wave flips for paralyzation. If I flip tails and I can't paralyze it, I can reflip for heads. But Victini does have to be on the field or on the play surface or whatever, and on your side. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and grab 2, because I think 2 is pretty good, and we'll see if I need 2 later, but I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 for now. Alright, so that pretty much sums up the Noble Victories cards that I need. So I really don't need any cards from Next Destinies. They don't really have all that great lightning cards for a Rayeel deck, so I'm not going to take anything from there. We're going to go ahead and move on to Dark Explorers, and I'm going to find some cards. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take this Dynamo right here, the Spark Dynamo, and he's going to be my substitute for the 4th Thunder Wave. Now, some people like to run different types of Dynamos. I like to run all the same. I don't know why. It gives consistency for what you're really looking for, mainly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, in my Rayquaza deck, yes, you're going to need Rayquazas. I know that. Rayquaza, it's a Rayeel deck. Rayquaza is in the name, basically. So I'm going to grab some Rayquazas here in a minute. But for a side attacker, I really like to run Raikou EX. Now, Raikou EX is really good for a snipe. This card can beat a lot of dinos. It can beat all the Zweilous, all the dinos, really. And a lot of stuff that are just sitting on the bench. You power up the Raikou, you knock it out, and they're pretty much done for at that point. Sorry, I've been sick the past week, and This cough has been killing me, but it's going to get better because I have a surprise for you guys on Monday, and I'm going to ruin the surprise. And I actually bought 2 booster boxes of Dragons Exalted. Yeah, I bought 2 more. I know it's getting close to Boundaries Crossed, but I got them for a pretty decent deal for 2. And I'm going to open one of them, and I'm probably going to sell the other one individually, packs though, to make more money. And that's going to go into a fund, and that fund will be straight only for, what is it? Straight only for cards, Pokemon cards. So I'm going to make a fund, and it's going to have a pot, and it's going to be only for Pokemon cards, and that is just going to add up, and then I'm going to be able to get some more packs and stuff for you guys, some more boxes, and that's going to be pretty cool. It's just going to be like an ever-rotating cycle. So anyway, back to the deck building. So I'm going to grab a Raikou here, just one, regular one though, and I'm going to flip over to the full art section of this part. Hopefully it can, there we go, got a little more light. I'm going to grab the full art version as well to keep the tradable Raikou in my set. I am also planning on getting another binder to put all my trades, that ultra rares, pretty good playable cards and whatnot. So I'm going to grab this Raikou as well. So right now I believe I have a total of 12 Pokemon. So I'm going to close this binder. This section is pretty much done for this point in being. Now, that's a pretty good list for Pokemon for now. Not too bad, not too bad. And the main reason I'm wanting to build this deck is because it actually won two regionals, so it's a pretty good deck. And I'm kind of basing it off of the regional winner decks, so that's pretty good. So here, I'm going to go ahead and flip to the Lightning. As you see, I could take some Emolgas, put them in here, get out some basics, but I don't really need the Emolgas, and they haven't been very played as much, so I'm not going to take them. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip on through, and I see my Rayquazas, so I'm going to go ahead and take those out. I know for a fact I'm going to need 3 Rayquazas. Like, off the bat, having 3 Rayquazas would be good. So I'm going to take 2 Rayquazas here. Pretty good cards, very useful. Really like the Rayquaza. So I'm going to go ahead and take those. Now I'm going to flip over to my full arts. Yes, I did get a full art Rayquaza. You guys did not see me open that, and I got a full art Mew as well. I bought these on eBay, and they're in perfect condition and whatnot. So I got those, pretty good, cheap deals as well. So that's why I got them, and I just never made a video for them. I'm sorry, but here's the Rayquaza full art I have. The sleeve is bent, but the card is not bent, thankfully. So I'm going to add the 3rd Rayquaza now to my deck. So now I'm going to flip over. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to flip over to the Dragon Vault. And for a really good donk hitter, and for another great attacker, is the Rayquaza Dragon Vault card. I'm going to keep the promo out of my deck for now, because I want to kind of save that, and I have plenty of Rayquazas anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 Rayquazas, because you don't always need the Rayquaza in this matchup, but I find running 2 is a pretty good, useful strategy. So that's it for my Pokemon. Usually I like to start out with the Pokemon idea. Getting the Pokemon out is almost crucial. You need Pokemon in your deck, so that's why I do it. I kind of save the energies for last and kind of throw them in there as I want, because that kind of depends on what you need, or what cards you have in your deck and how many you're running. So next I'm going to go ahead and flip over to my trainer stadiums, or item stadiums and supporters, and tool cards. So in this deck, you are running a Rayquaza who has 1 retreat, Tynamos who have 1 retreat, and a Raikou who has 1 retreat. Now the regular Rayquaza has 3 retreat. As you can see, it's not going to focus, and nope, still not going to focus. There we go. So it has a 3 retreat cost. That's kind of big, but you know what? We can deal with it. And so in that roll, I'm going to take out 3 Sky Arrow bridges. Now, you may ask, or you may say, or may ask, why 3? Well, one of my friends led me on to believe 3 Sky Arrow is a really good amount. So I'm going to take some Sky Arrow bridges, and I'm going to use 3 because you need to get the Sky Arrow bridge out. If you get the Sky Arrow bridge out early, get the Rayquazas and Raikou out early, your deck is set up and you are going to be rolling from there. And you will have a really good strategy. Now on to supporters. For a staple card, you really need to get Junipers. Junipers for this deck is very big because it can discard your lightning energy pretty fast. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 because it is a almost staple supporter card for this deck. Now, for this kind of deck, I do not like to run Bianca. I haven't really decided why. I just don't like Bianca in this deck. So I'm going to grab 3 Sharon. So Sharon is a pretty good draw supporter. It can get you 3 cards. You can run 2 here. You can run 3. I'm going to run 3. Sharon is just how you find consistent. I might start taking out 1 Sharon and seeing how it runs, add something else in. Maybe a 4th catcher, maybe a 4th level ball. I don't know. But now this is kind of where it gets debated. Most people run 4 ends in almost every deck. I like to run 3. It gives me room for stuff, and you don't really always need to end. I mean, you don't want to give your opponent a new hand if you don't know, because a hand is confidential. So I'm going to get 3 in here, and I find that pretty good and very consistent with my decks and how I run decks. So yeah, most people will try to use Silent in this deck so you can get out Fire and Lightning Energy. I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea for Silent in this deck as wasting your supporter when you could just Juniper away a bunch of cards. So now we're going to move on. I do run 1 Super Rod. Now, I run 1 Super Rod mainly to get back Dynamos and Electrics that were knocked out. Now, Super Rod is okay in this deck. It's almost like you need to run it. Most people you'll see run 2, just in case they run into a lot of problems. But I find 1 is perfect. Most of the time you don't need just to run 1 card, especially in this format. But I really like the 1 card run in this deck. So give me 1 second. I gotta make sure I know my card list before I move on. Yep, I got my card list set. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the page, and here I'm kind of looking through. I'm trying to decide what I like. I see Tool Scrapper. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple Tool Scrappers here. I like to run 2 in a lot of my decks, so I'm going to grab 2. And we're just going to throw 2 Tool Scrappers in, get rid of Eviolites, Giant Capes, such and such like that. Now, I'm going to grab some level balls. As I said earlier, you might want to run 4 level balls. I'm going to run 3. Because I'm also going to grab some Ultra Balls, so I'll have 6 ways to pull out cards. So that's good right there. So I know my Ultra Balls are on the back side of my Great Balls. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those, and I think I have 4. Yep, I have 4. So I'm actually going to grab all 4. We're going to grab all 4 here. Ultra Balls are great for this deck as you can discard energy, and my battery is dying, so hopefully we can get through this pretty quickly. But yes, Ultra Ball is pretty good. Discard energy, get out the Electrics, get out the Dynamos, get out the Rayquazas and whatnot. So I'm going to grab 4. So moving on to this page, see some Eviolites. Let's go ahead and get those. Very good, especially because Raikou and Rayquaza only have 170 HP. So you need to get these to block the 2-turn Night Spear. So Eviolites, pretty useful card in this deck, so I'm going to grab 2. I like only running 2 in decks, nothing more, nothing less. Kind of looking on the back side. Now I'm going to grab some switch. Most people will max out their switch. I'm going to run, I believe I only have 4. Yeah, I only have 4 switch. I'm only going to run 3. I don't want to max them out. And I know I have a lot of extra cards here. So I'm going to grab 3 switch. So switch is pretty good. What I like to use it for is mainly if I have a Rayquaza active and that's the only one I have, and I have a Raikou on the bench, I could switch out the Rayquaza to get the Raikou out so I could power up the Rayquaza instead and then retreat Raikou, send Rayquaza back out, and knock out an EX or something. Or if an electric is stuck out front and in the active spot, I can just switch it out and put a real attacker up. So next I'm going to flip over, and I do have one catcher behind it. I have Gust of Wind. It's a substitute for a catcher for now, mainly because I only have 4 catcher. So I'm going to get the 1 catcher, and I do have a couple catcher in my Darkrai deck, so I'm going to grab those really fast if I can. Hopefully I can do that pretty quickly for you guys, so I'm not wasting time here. So I got 3 catcher in my Darkrai deck, so I'm going to grab 2 because I only like to run 3 catcher in my decks. You don't always, I'm sorry, I kind of blocked that with my finger. I don't always like to run 4 catcher. 3 catcher, perfect amount. That's what I'm going to take right here. So I'm going to get 3 catcher out. So that pretty much sums up the trainers for this portion. So I'm going to flip through. And you don't need any fighting. Now I'm going to see lightning. So I need to get some lightning cards. I'm going to grab, I believe, 9 energy. I'm going to try to see. Yeah, I like to run 9 in this deck. I like to run 9 in all my Zeal decks, mainly because 9 is a pretty good number. I mean, it's just how it is. For Zeal decks, 9 is about pretty good consistency. So that's 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm going to go ahead and get all those, and so I'm going to grab 9 electric energy here. Might be lightning energy, electric energy, same difference, but that's what I'm going to grab. And I've got 9 lightning energy here. So I'm going to put the lightning energy in the pile now, and we're going to move on. So you don't really need water. Fire. Fire is very useful for this deck. I'm not really positive on how much I should run for fire just yet. So I'm going to grab 3, and then I'm going to grab an extra. So I'm going to grab 4 here. Pretty good because I'm running 3 Rayquazas. That would mean I have a spare one. But usually you only have 2 Rayquazas out at most. So basically I have 2 spare fire. So that seems about right. So we're going to put that in. Now I have my full deck. The energy. How I kind of base it off is just like you get all the cards you need. What you decide. You can choose how many you want. Like if you think you need 4 of one card, go ahead, take the 4. You can always come back to it and see if you need it. So as you see here, I have 4 fire energy, and then I have 9 lightning energy for a total of 13 energy. So that's pretty good right there. I have 3 catchers, 3 switch for 6 trainers, 2 Eviolite for 8 trainers. I have 4 Ultra Balls, now it's 12, 3 Level Balls for 15, 2 Tool Scrappers, 1 Super Rod, 3 N, 3 Sharon, and 2, And I lost count, you guys. 4 juniper, and I believe that is 28-ish, I don't know. And 3 Sky Arrow, 2 Rayquaza, 3 Rayquaza EX, 2 Raikou EX, 2 Victini Victory Stars, 4 Dynamos, and 4 Electrics, and I'm just going to grab all those. Now, I believe I took a little more than what I usually have, and I'm almost positive I did. I think I have, this is a 63 card deck right here that you see. So there are 63 cards. Now, this is where it plays in, what do you think you don't need? Now, what you do is you can test here, take out like 1 card of what you don't think you need. I know what cards I put in there that I know I don't run. I put in an extra Ultra Ball in this, an extra Flip Teeny, and an extra Tool Scrubber. Now I know I don't need those because I've tested it plenty of times, but you can be free to test it and see which one you like better. And yeah, like I find this running really well right now, especially online. I've been running it pretty decently against a lot of decks, a lot of metagame decks too. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to think what I want to say now. So I know this is my first deck building video. If you think it's okay, leave a comment. If you have any suggestions on what I should do, I kind of try to make it fast because I knew my phone was dying, and I don't really feel like making this video on Friday, so I made it the night before. So yeah, that's about it, you guys. Thank you for watching. Please leave comments and like your support for me, and kind of like give me suggestions on how I should fix it, how I should do it next time. And next time I could try to do a rebuild of my Ho deck, because I do kind of need to show that to y'all. I don't think I've showed that one yet. I could show how my Ho deck is now, and then show my TCG online one, and show you how I want to change my Ho deck too, because the one online I think is much better than the one I have in real life. So yeah, thank you for watching, you guys, and until Monday when I am opening Dragon's Exalted booster packs, see ya.